today this is going to be a short video on flying to Portugal, and then our first day when we got there, and we'll also show you our Airbnb we rented and stayed in. My name is Ed, and this is my wife, Donna.
Hi, how are you?
Now, to go to Portugal for us was a big deal. We had to go through a lot. We have a pet dog named Jack, and we took him over to our grandkids' house, and they live in Arkansas. So we had to fly out of Arkansas, and then to fly out of Arkansas, we had to fly to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte, we had to fly to Philadelphia, and then from Philadelphia, we had to fly finally to Lisbon. And each time we had a little bit of a layover, and got to run from this side of the airport to the other. So what do you think of the trip, Donna?
I loved it. It was incredible. A lot of fun, a lot of good food, a lot of wonderful people, and just a great experience.
What do you think of the food prices in the airport?
Food prices in the airport was incredibly expensive.
This is not in Portugal. This is in the U.S.
Going into the U.S., yes.
So once we got to the airport in Lisbon, the first thing we did is we got some SIM cards for our phones.
We did, and that was really quick. They were very efficient, and we just a lot easier than what we expected.
Yeah, they actually installed it all for us, and it was quite easy. Then we had to go rent our car. We had pre-rented a car, so we went to the garage area and picked up our car. You'll see a little bit of the video of that. I shot some video showing little dents and dings so we don't get charged for something like that. Right. Then the adventure began because after not sleeping for almost 24 hours, I had to then drive the car in Portugal in a country I've never been in before, try to figure out the signs and try to figure out where to go to our Airbnb that we rented. And there was turnabouts everywhere.
That was quite an experience.
Yeah, the turnabouts are a bit scary, but you get used to them. We stayed there for a month, so we went to I think it was 11 different towns.
I thought it was 14, but it was just...
Well, that we stayed and then we drove to other towns.
True.
So you need to watch more of our videos. This video is just our flying trip there and our first day. We're going to have a lot more videos coming out. We're going to cover each town we went to, not only covering the town, what we did, what went on there, but also the prices we paid and how much, inexpensive it is compared to the United States. In Portugal for a lot of the same things like steak, beer, food. Desserts. What do you think of the pastries over there?
The pastries were amazing. We were 7 years keto and went totally off keto when we went to Portugal.
Yeah. I think we both gained at least 10 pounds.
At least 10 pounds.
We ate foods and drank things and wine, a lot of beer. I think the beer was fantastic there. I like the beer there much better than here. And the wine, $4.50 and $5.50 for bottles of wine.
Right.
That tastes much better than $20 and $25 bottles of wine here.
The food was incredible. The people were delightful and just very pleasant.
And when we first got there, we finally got to our Airbnb, and somebody was just so hungry. They couldn't wait. So they went walking out in the neighborhood.
I was hangry, that's it.
And they got lost. Not only did they get lost, they can't speak Portuguese, and they couldn't tell people they were lost. And this went on for about 3 hours.
I think they all got the idea that I was totally lost.
So eventually a guy figured out where she said she was staying, we were staying, gave her directions, and they kept calling me on my phone and giving me directions to places, and I would drive there and it would be the wrong place. But anyways, we're going to get into the video now. This is us starting at the airport in Arkansas and going from there. Let's get right into it. You ready to go?
Yeah.
I am ready to go. Just last minute emails to brides before we board. But absolutely, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Where are we at right now?
Arkansas.
I know.
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
And where are we going to?
Literally,
Going to Charlotte.
And then?
Just so quickly.
Philadelphia,
And then?
and Portugal. So stoked.
Okay, as we sit here at the airport in Arkansas, we're just getting ready to wait for our plane so we can board and head to Charlotte.
And it was a beautiful day to fly and just start our new adventure.
We both carried backpacks on with camera gear and video gear, and it went under the seat, the carry-ons. And it was a beautiful, clear day out, as you can see here.
After getting in the air, it was very smooth sailing. Nice flights. The attendants were very good, and just enjoyed our flight.
Yeah, this was a pretty nice flight. The whole airport and everything was not very busy in Arkansas, so it wasn't really hectic. It wasn't bad at all. And now we're landing in Charlotte, which is completely different from the Arkansas airport. This was very hectic. A lot more people running around everywhere, twice as busy everywhere. And we're landing, we're going towards our terminal, getting ready to pull in here in just a moment. But I'm not quite sure what went wrong, because after we landed, got to the terminal and parked, they wouldn't let anybody off the plane for a good 20 minutes. I'm not sure why. We're just pulling into it now.
But it was a very long layover at this airport.
Yeah, we had a long layover, and we had to walk from one side of the airport to the other. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a break right now, and I'm going to ask you guys, please like and subscribe our channel. We're going to have a lot more videos coming up like this, and a lot more of Portugal and other areas. Think they should subscribe?
Subscribe, please.
All right, let's get back to the video. And here we are now taking off from Charlotte. It's sunset. We've been there for quite a while, as you can see, different time of day. And taking off, going to Philadelphia.
This was a little loud flight.
Yeah, this was quite a bit loud. I'm going to let you hear, as we take off here, I'm going to turn back on the sound so you can hear the engine. And it's like we were sitting right on top of the engine, and it was loud like this the whole entire trip.
This trip seemed a little bit noisier, a little bit bouncier, I think.
Up, and away we go. You can hear that grinding sound of that motor. I'll turn that down here in just a little bit. I just wanted to let you hear what it sounded like. This is basically what we heard for this whole part of the trip. I think it was, about 2.5 hours or something like that?
It just seemed like the motor was going to burn up or something. But it was very nice looking at all the area views.
Okay, now we're up in the sky here, and we're looking down at another view here. Looks like it's getting darker out, getting a different look on the camera here because it's getting to be more nighttime. And now we are flying into the Philadelphia area at night.
Very beautiful at night with the city all lit up and up in the sky.
Yeah, the lights look really interesting. And here we are in Philadelphia, taking one of the fast walkway ramps. Helps you to get from one area to another a little bit faster. Getting ready to go on another one. And in Philadelphia, the food prices were quite high, weren't they?
They were extremely high.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive than I would have hoped for. Nice airport. And where we had to wait at the terminal to get on our plane to go to Portugal, to Lisbon, it was so hot. People were taking their jackets off and shirts off. It was miserably hot.
I think we peeled off a couple of layers.
Yeah, there's our flight, Lisbon, number 258. And now we're on the plane. Much nicer plane, a lot more space, more roomier. We got our own little mini TV in front of us so we can watch movies or listen to music.
A lot more enjoyable flight than the other.
Overheads. We also got some pretty decent tasting meals on this plane. Are you ready? Hey, I'm ready. She's all ready to go. Excited.
Portugal,
we're not going
here
yet.
we come.
Getting ready to take off.
Super excited.
Okay, it's nighttime. This plane, we flew overnight. A lot of people got to sleep. I didn't sleep at all. Donna slept a little bit.
I was just happy he wasn't videoing me while I was sleeping.
Yeah, that's why I ended up staying up so much. It ended up being about a 27-hour trip for me. My little monitor screen there. And this is the car we rented. I'm shooting some video here because I'm just showing some nicks and dents so they don't charge us for this later. This was a hybrid car, and when we rented it, they just kind of give you the keys and don't tell you much about it. And we didn't know if it was gas or diesel or what. We had to figure that out later and what pump we were supposed to use. But it ran great. We drove all over Portugal in it. Now this is our Airbnb. Now this was a pretty nice place, but when we first walked in, it was so musty smelling. It was like it's closed up for 6 months.
It seemed like it was very musky.
We had to open the windows right away.
But it was a very nice Airbnb.
And I really loved this brick wall texture. The location was good. This wasn't in Lisbon. This was across the bridge from Lisbon. And the internet here is, every place we stayed in Portugal has faster internet than we have at our house here in the U.S. Now this was the bedroom. Big windows there. Had a TV mounted on the wall.
Looking at the building on the outside, you wouldn't think that the inside would be this nice.
Yeah, a lot of the buildings look a little shoddy on the outside, but inside they're fantastic. Look at this bathroom. Everything's marble everywhere. Marble walls, marble ceilings even, and marble floors. This had one of those rain showers we really liked. And then out back, I think we were on the 3rd floor. We had a nice view out the back. This was our view looking out the window. And you could walk down here, just go around a corner here or a corner there, and you'd find a restaurant, a food store. You go buy food. Even in the complex, the building that we're in, downstairs they had a little food store down in the corner. The only bad thing that I didn't like about that is this, the chickens.
I love the chicken.
They started roostering cockle-doodle-doo at 3 o'clock in the morning. It would wake me up. I was thinking, God, the neighbors got to deal with that every day, but I guess that's normal. And here's a shot from our balcony. This is the restaurant. There's actually 2 restaurants right next to each other right there. You could just walk all over the place and go eat. Okay, after our little debacle of Donna getting lost for a while, she was still starving, so we drove down to this beach area in this town. We're across from Lisbon in this town, across from the bridge. And we found a little restaurant. And our first problem was they didn't speak a whole lot of English there, and we didn't speak
a whole lot of Portuguese.
Right, Portuguese. Luckily, their menu had some pictures on it, so we were saying point to this and point to that. And there was one waiter that worked there. It looked like it was a family restaurant, nice little place, really nice, friendly people. And Donna, you had chicken. What did you think of that?
Oh, the chicken was really good.
And I had a roast beef. It was like balls of beef in a pickle and olive sauce. And I gotta tell you, that pickle and olive sauce, I've never had anything like that before. That was just delicious. And the beer was just fantastic.
It was very good.
I think they call it Segres beer, Segres. And then the other one was Superbock. We drank a lot of both of those in Portugal. And this is the little beach town there, and we're going to walk down to the beach area, which is right across from this, and take a look at the beach real quick. Lots of condominiums, and this is the off season, so it's not really busy right now. I would imagine in summertime this boardwalk area would be packed.
It was a great place. It was laid back, a lot of very nice, helpful people.
And the weather on this day was not that great. It was windy, it was raining a little bit off and on, and you could see the waves pounding on the surf, this long walkway. We didn't go walking down there because we're getting really tired at this point. Time to go back and recoup ourselves and go to bed. Because at this point, for me, it was like 27 hours I've been away.
But it was great to start our adventure. All the boardwalks had benches. They had workout equipment for people to work out and sit and relax and watch the sunset.
So we got a lot more videos. This is just the flying over video. Our next video will be a full video on Lisbon. So this was our trip flying to Portugal, checking into our Airbnb and our first meal and walking around a little bit. I hope this maybe helped you guys out a little bit to see what it's like to fly over, what you might have to deal with. Maybe a little bit of sleepless time, long day. What'd you think?
It was a very long day, but it was very exciting getting there and having our first meal and just walking through the city. Actually, after getting lost, but it was great.
Okay, well, we'll see you next time in our next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.